Hey everyone, good morning. How you all doing? Welcome to the Inspire to Soar Limited page. My name is Bami, founder of Inspire to Soar Limited. My passion and my mission is to tend the broken wings of your dreams so that you can be inspired to soar above your troubles. If this is your first time here, welcome. It's good to have you here. And if you're a returning guest, welcome again. Thank you for your comments, thank you for your shares, thank you for your likes, and thank you for your engagement, and thank you for your support. So, today being the first day of the working week, in the first working day, full working week in September, in this part of the world, children, it's the beginning of the academic year. Children are going to school, adults who are learning, they're going back to the institutions of learning. And you know something, I decided that this month we're going to focus on learning it. We're going to focus on lifelong learning. You know, I don't know about you, but when I was younger, I used to think that I couldn't wait to get out of school. I couldn't wait to stop learning. I couldn't wait to be out there in the world of work, in the world of being an adult, not no responsibilities, but nobody telling me what to do and all of those things. And I thought that once I finished my university degrees, then that would be the end of full-time, that would be the end of learning as I knew it. But I couldn't be more wrong. Because here's the thing, whether you're an adult who's still studying or whether you've stopped studying completely, the fact remains that learning, it's meant to be a lifelong experience, you know. But the thing is, like, as adults, don't we sometimes get to the point where you think, okay, you know what, I'm done with learning, I'm done with schooling, I'm done with that. And that's fine, you might be done with academic learning, but life lessons, the learning about life, the learning about growth and everything, those are not meant to be fixed to a particular point. They're meant to be ongoing, they're meant to be continuous. And my charge to you this morning is a very simple one: to be intentional about lifelong learning. You know, one of the things I've realized is that no matter what season we're in, no matter season you are in, you and I are in, it comes with lessons. It comes with tests. You know, someone said, I can't remember whose quote this is, so do forgive me. But you know what? That person said that in school you have lessons and then you have a test. But in life you have a test and then there are lessons. And then there are lessons you're supposed to take from those. But you know what? Because we're adults and everything like that, when we have the tests of life, we get to choose whether we will learn those lessons. But I dare say that good morning, whoever it is that's joined me, good morning, welcome to the month of lifelong learning. You know, I dare say that whatever lessons we fail to learn at a particular season, we will come back to that lesson again. You know, so I'll give a practical example. You know, over the years, with regards to my writing and what I do in terms of inspiring others, especially with my writing, I used to think that, okay, you know what, I would get to the point where I would just be writing all the time and there wouldn't be any breaks in my writing, and I would just be learning the lessons I've learned. The lessons I've learned in the past, then those are fine. But in terms of impacting others, there are some lessons I haven't paid attention to before that I'm having to learn again. A particular one is when it comes to downplaying some parts of my writing, downplaying some parts of my gifts, thinking that, okay, you know what, everybody knows that, so why should I write about that? that should just remain in my personal journal. But you know what? Over the course of the last couple of weeks, I've encountered people who have spoken to, who have reached out to. And then I realized that there's been an ongoing thread throughout my life, at least for over 10 years now, in terms of my writing to inspire others, to encourage others. And then I've realized now that, again, that whatever it is that I'm inspired to write, whatever encouragement I'm inspired to put into writing, that there will always be somebody who needs it. And keeping it to myself, keeping it in my journals, it wouldn't serve others, because in my journals I'm the only person who sees that. So that's one of the lessons that over the years I thought I'd learned, but I still realize that there are gaps in my learning. So I want to encourage you, as you head into this first full working week in September, I want to challenge you to look in your life. What are the lessons that you are learning from what you're going through right now? It might be that things are going swimmingly well for you. That's great. But even then, there will still be lessons. And if you're going through difficult seasons, I dare say that those are actually some of the biggest lessons that you will learn. But the question is, are you going to get complacent? You know, we as adults, we're the ones who say, been there, done that, wore the t-shirt, got changed back. By that, we mean that, okay, you name it, I've seen it all. You name it, I've done it all. I've seen it all, I've heard it all, and I've experienced this, so I'm an old hat and had this. But the truth of the matter is, like, no matter how many times you've seen it all, heard it all, wore the t-shirt and got changed back, there are still things to learn. Don't be complacent. Don't be complacent about life lessons. Don't be complacent about the learning that is meant to be for your growth. Be intentional, because if you're complacent, you will miss those lessons. And that means that the lessons you miss now, you will come back to, you will do a full circle and come back to again. Well, or if you're very fortunate and very wise, you will realize that you've missed those lessons and you take them on board pretty quickly. But it's very painful to miss some lessons now and have to go full circle to come back to that lesson again, to have to come and learn that lesson again. Because that's the way of life. We get tested first, and then we now have lessons to learn. But the choice about learning, it's a personal one. It's something you can either take or you don't take. But if you learn the lessons, you'll be all the better for it. If you don't learn the lessons, then at the end of the day, you're the one who will pick up the slack of it at a later date. I know that sounds a bit heavy going for a Monday morning, but here's the thing. We are all meant to be lifelong learners. And like I've said with my writing, there are things I keep learning about myself, about the use of it, and oftentimes it's from the most unexpected quarters that I get those lessons. But at least I am a little bit more aware now that when someone points out a blind spot to me, I go back, work on myself, and start doing something about it. So I want to challenge you, I want to encourage you. Start this month with the intention to be a lifelong learner. Don't be complacent about life lessons. Don't be complacent about your experience. Don't be complacent about what you know or what you think you know because of what you've gone through, because of your age, because of your intellectual capacity, whatever it is that you think qualifies you to be called a knowledgeable person. Don't be complacent about learning, because lessons are meant to be learned for the rest of our lives. Until the next time, be inspired to soar. And I want to encourage you, in the notes, in the comments, in the notes, you will see the link to my book. It's titled Navigating Your New Normal, A Roadmap to Life Fulfillment After Trauma. And in that book, I talked about 3 parts of it are about my life and the traumatic seasons I've gone through and the things that I've picked up along the way. And the final part of it is a 7-step framework to help you find fulfillment, to help you find a lifetime of thriving after traumatic experiences. So if you have read it, if you have bought it, thank you. But I want to now take it further. I want you to encourage others, tell others about it. You will know someone who needs encouragement, who needs inspiration in difficult times, through difficult seasons. I want to encourage you to share it with them. And see this video, please do share it on your page, share it on your wall, because you never know who needs it. You never know who needs encouragement, because you might be thinking that only you do, but there are others who also do need the encouragement. So go into this week being intentional about lifelong learning. Don't be complacent. Nobody can know it all. Take care. Bye.